So today's topic is a little bit of a different one. So I was talking to some clients this morning and I wanted to cover this topic because I think it's actually probably one of the most important topics you can learn about, because for most people they go throughout their day and they have all these goals. They want to make money, they want to, look a certain way, they want to whatever that may be. I actually find it hard to understand what people's goals are. But what I was going through was the foundation of these goals. If you want to be the best entrepreneur, if you want to, as I said, make more money, build your business, there's certain principles that a lot of people do not understand. If you come to someone, so I'll give you this example. If you go to someone and you say to them, what is your goal? They'll say, I want to get rich. Okay, and you'll say, okay, you want to get rich? How do you define that for me? What does rich mean to you? Is it rich in how much money you have? Is it, okay, if it is, how much money do you want exactly, so you can have a definitive goal and answer? Is it in terms of, the next one could be, I want to get an incredible shape. Okay, well, what does incredible shape look like to you? Okay, is it a six pack? Is it lose 10 kilos? Is it do a 100 kilo deadlift? You have to define your goal. With most people, I would say the vast majority of people, they have all these goals that are up in the sky. They have the goals that are very too generic and they do not have something to aim for. And there's a couple reasons why this is so important, is because if you don't define your goal, firstly, you're going to find it harder to actually achieve that goal. So you're going to find it much harder to get to the goal because you have no definitive goal, which then will give you direction. And number two is, even if you reach the goal, if you haven't defined it, there'll be no sense of accomplishment. You need to have an aspect of like, okay, that's the goal. Boom, I have achieved that goal. Whereas if you just keep moving the goalposts, which is fine if you want to keep progressing, but you have to have stages of progression. You have to say, okay, there's level 1, there's level 2, and it should be defined. Because without that, you're literally going to be on a path of just ongoing, never-ending pursuit of happiness, right? But that's fine. You should always be looking for more. Maybe not. You see some people speak about, being grateful for what you have, and that's definitely great. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't still be ambitious to achieve more. But at the same time, you have to enjoy the wins along the way, because without it, you will literally just end up lost and all over the place. So to make this very practical for you, is what I was explaining today to the clients at the gym was, define it. Figure out what is it you want in terms of how much money you want. Right? What would be a great amount of money that you would have maybe in your savings? What would be a great aspect of, cash flow? If you wanted cash flow, maybe that's your finance, or cash flow and savings. What would that look like exactly? Secondly would be your health. What would be a healthy body to you? Would that be training 4 times a week, making sure you're attending one nutrition call every week? That would be your absolute perfect, you're on the right track. Define that, write it down. And then in terms of your personal life, what does that look like? Is it a family? Is it what kind of partner? Like, define it specifically, because when you do that, it will make you feel so much more free and give you so much more peace, because you at least have a definitive target to work towards. And listen, some things might take longer than others. You might misjudge some things along the way, but without some sort of definitive target or goal, I guarantee you, and I've made this mistake myself many times, and I still do make this mistake, of not defining the goal specifically. So I always have to think about this, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because I always go through these processes of, okay, I need to define my goals again. Okay, I need to define my goals again. Because what I've found is I've hit targets many times, and I've probably never felt worse. Sometimes when I hit certain targets, I'm like, I don't feel that great about you. And I realised that this target I've wanted for such a long time, I've achieved it. So you have to define it. And when you do there, I mean, this is up to you, but just finding out what you're going to do when you achieve that, and just celebrating it. And that was a bit of some advice I got from a friend was, when you achieve that goal, celebrate it. No matter how you feel that day, when you hit that goal, and it's like, I have achieved that exact goal that I wanted to, it doesn't matter what it is, you celebrate it. And you don't have to tell everyone. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But you just have to define it, celebrate it, and then carry on progressing. Because it's okay to progress, it's okay to want more, but at the same time, you need to define it. And as I said, that could be in the gym, it could be fat loss, it could be optimizing your health, it could be financial, it could be relationship-wise. So define those things. Those are probably the 3 things that I would probably define: relationships, finances, health. You could be other things, that's completely subjective to you, but give that a try, and I promise you that will create a lot of freedom for you. It'll give you a lot more clarity on what you're doing, and trust me, it is something that I always have to reiterate to myself and re-establish, but I promise you it's very, very helpful. And any questions, please comment below. Any more videos you want, let me know, and I'll make videos specifically on any topics you want covered.